I'm here. Here, I am here. I am here, I'm here, I am here. Are you there? Because I am here. I am here. And I still can't play the keyboard, but I've got one anyway. Yay! Happy November to you too. Hello. Good evening, Arfingo and Philip and all the other people that are here, the millions, the throng. I'm in the corner of my room and it's vast compared to where I've been this week. I stayed in a capsule hotel, a little tiny pod. It was like a sensory deprivation tank. Really? I could go like that. I could just feel the size. Just if I lay down, I couldn't quite reach the ceiling with it. It was just a little box. A box. Good evening. Yes, I stayed in a box this week. What was the box like? It was cramped, but it was cozy, and it was cold outside, so I was glad to be inside in the box. Because a box is better than being outside when it's very cold and you're getting hypothermia. When you go outside. I was just happy to be in there, really. I didn't want to go outside. It was, first of all, I was like, I can't get in here. I was like, oh no, what have I done? Because it was the cheapest place. But, I mean, it was more expensive than it would have been if I hadn't dibbered, because I didn't book it until the Tuesday. On the way there, I was like, look at the hotels. What can I afford? Everything was about £400. I was like, oh, no. So I saw one, I was like, yes, that's good. That was under £40. Yay, that's good. And it's really near where I needed to be. But then I didn't book it. And I thought, oh, it'll still be there. It wasn't there. The more expensive version. So it was still under £50. But it's not, which is good for London, especially in Piccadilly. Yes. So I was in a box in Piccadilly. Yes. Yes, I don't know why I'm playing this. I saw it in the corner and I had to dig it out. Anyway, that was fun. I mean, it was mostly meetings. It was quite good, really. I mean, it was fruitful in that I learned things about stuff. I'm not sure what. And I met some semi-famous people, actually famous people. But I'm not going to name drop who they were. I was just like, what? Awestruck. And I saw these people and I was like, what? And I had conversations about cake and vegetables with them. That was good. Really in-depth conversation. So that was fine. Yes, I am okay, yes. Hello, Chase. Hello, everyone. I'm back from London, but I'm going again tomorrow to Edinburgh all day. I'm going to Edinburgh tomorrow and I'm travelling all day. Yes, I'm travelling by train. Last week I went to Cardiff and I thought I'd go by train, but they cancelled all the trains because of the storm. Was it Storm Claudia? Something like that, Claudia. It was cloudier than it was the day before, and it was cold, and it snowed when I was in London, but I didn't see it because I was stuck in a box. But by the time I got out of the box, I was just shivering. I went inside and I couldn't even think. My head was frozen and my hands were frozen. I was like, and then when I came back, I had to wait in the station, and for a long time it was very cold. And then a pigeon flew into my head, and that was great. great. It was a one-legged pigeon. They all the pigeons in London seem to have like missing limbs, missing legs, or just like lumps on them. So I'm not sure what's going on, whether that's genetic or whether they've been run over by things, or whether it's the fact that they put pigeon deterrents, like big spikes everywhere on the top of things. So I think when the pigeons land on them, rather than deter the pigeons just get injured. So that's not great. So I did feel sorry for the pigeons, but even so, I mean, the pigeon was like whatever a pigeon made, trying to get people to feed it. But people don't feed pigeons anymore because you're told not to. When I was a child, you could get tuppence a bag. You could get, it wasn't tuppence a bag, feed the birds, tuppence a bag. But I know when I first went to London when I was a tiny child, I've got pictures of it. We got, in Trafalgar Square, we got bags of like stuff to feed the birds. And we tried feeding the birds, and all the pigeons attacked me. So I have got attacked. I've got formed with pigeons. They have attacked me before. So, and I remember panicking and going, freaking out, and being told off for freaking out. But when you're being attacked by birds, when you're in an Alfred Hitchcock film, it is quite terrifying. Let's be honest. But no, about the time I moved to London, they banned feeding the birds, and they stopped selling it, and they put things up, and they cut down all the trees that the birds would have. There was like trees lining the just on Trafalgar Square, and I think they've cut them all down because they didn't want the birds there, and so the birds have gone away from there and tried to find somewhere else. But nobody feeds the birds, and the birds are still trying. It's very. Have you ever heard about pigeons? Why pigeons are? Because there was dovecotes and pigeons, and pigeons were trained birds, and they were very, very precious, and they were used to send messages before telegrams, before internet, obviously, and they were kept in special little houses and looked after and feted, and they're very pretty when you look at them. Like even the feral pigeons, they call them. They've got like lovely feathers, lovely. I mean, I was looking at some of these pigeons. They've got like green, sparkly feathers and stuff. I heard crows and all of those are actually bright. All of these birds are bright coloured, but we can't see them really unless you. I mean, you can see the sheen on them. And pigeons are the same. So these pigeons are abandoned, poor things. They're trying to have human. They're bred, genetically bred to seek humans. So they're trying desperately to make friends with the humans and flying at their heads and get food, and nobody's feeding them. Everyone's going, no, I'm not feeding your pigeon. Obviously I didn't feed it, but because I didn't have anything to feed it with. But I would have done anyway, because I would have been shunned and avoided. Everyone would be like, don't feed the pigeons, and there would have been announcements, please don't feed the pigeons. We're trying to get rid of the pigeons. Poor pigeons. So sad. Oh, but then again, what do we do? We should round up all the pigeons and put them back in their dovecotes and fate them and go, pigeons, we worship you pigeons, you are so special. The pigeons are wild, the pigeons don't want to be wild, the pigeons are friends to us, the pigeons are wild, but they're friends to us and they want to make friends with us. But we don't want to give them any sort of fuss, and so the pigeons are wild that we've let them go. Poor pigeons, oh woe to the pigeons, oh woe, whoa, woe to the pigeons. Yes, Quinn the Eskimo gets in the pigeons. Oh, yes. Quinn the Eskimo. Does see that pigeons? No, we've also got other sorts of pigeons. Wood pigeons. This is it. Wood pigeons are also not native to Britain, and they're just fat pigeons, and they've taken all the space that the other pigeons used to have. And you can see them in the gardens. We get them in this garden. We don't get feral pigeons. Although I found a pigeon that was a carrier pigeon. What sort of diseases do they carry? Not that sort of carrier pigeon down the like last year, down my chimney breast. Like when I heard a thump and I thought, no, and I heard what I thought was a bird. I'm like, oh, well, I better rescue the bird. And I opened it up and this bird had been gone for at least 10 years. So I don't know what I was. It was really the ghost of the bird, the ghost of the bird. And I contacted the Pigeon Society because there's somebody that keeps pigeons, used to keep pigeons, that lives 2 doors away. So we went to his house and went, what should we do? And he's like, well, I can see that this is and he told us what the Pigeon Society was. And I contacted them and gave them the code on the little ring, which I had to snap off the pigeon's leg. I put the pigeon in the bin. There wasn't really anywhere else for it. And contacted them. And unfortunately, the person whose pigeon it was has since passed away. They're no longer with us. So that he never knew. He never knew that his pigeon was found. It was not alive anymore, but it had been found. Poor pigeon. Poor speckled Jim. So that was very sad, really. And I've got the ghost of a pigeon in my room. Oh, no. So that pigeon I have come into contact with. Now, as I was walking because I walked to Victoria Station from my little box room that I was living in for the 2 days, and I walked through Green Park, and there's a big sign telling you all the birds and wildlife that you can get. And you can get feral pigeons, carrion crows, this is what it was saying, and grey squirrels. It was like, oh, I'm sure you can find more exciting animals than this, but no, it's like, look what you can see in this green park. A load of old feral animals that we don't want, really. It's like, crows are very, 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 very clever. Crows will recognise you, and they'll know what to do if they see you. And if you feed a crow, they will be your friend for life. But if you hit a crow, they will get you with a knife. They won't, because they can't. They don't have the hands for it. But they will recognise you, and they will not like you. So don't be horrible to crows. Don't be horrible to crows. They'll know. They'll know. Don't be horrible to crows, and don't be horrible to pigeons. Really, generally, don't be horrible to any animals, because they're human beings too. They're not human beings, but we're all animals. I'm not an animal, I'm a human being. Joseph Merrick. He's an elephant. He's not an elephant. He's a man. I'm a man. Are you a man? I'm Joseph Merrick. I'm not an elephant at all. I'm not a pigeon or a mole. What's a mole? It's a special kind of elephant. Is it? Yes! It's an elephant with a hat on. And I'm not that on. I am John Merrick. And I am a man. John Merrick, yes. Famous John Merrick, who was apparently an intellectual. An intellectual he was. He was not an elephant at all. He was a very nice man, and he was rescued by Anthony Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins was in the film. And I think it was John Hurt playing the Elephant Man. John Hurt, who was also playing Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Crisp, who used to live in Piccadilly. I wonder if he lived in the box room where I lived. No, cause the box room was in a theatre that used to be in the Trocadero, next to the Trocadero. But the Trocadero, well, this is what I found out, right? I thought it was actually in the Trocadero, where there used to be like loads of like flashing lights, and used to be able to play video games on floors. There was an escalator that you went on the escalator and you were stuck on the escalator for about 50 floors, and it was all lit up, and you were like, I can't get back down again. And I had a pizza once in there, and it had shellfish on it, not the shells. And I've never eaten shellfish before, so it was really strange. It was like little mussels. Had a shellfish pizza in how shellfish of me. And they don't have anything like that anymore. They've just got like tourist things at the front, and you can't go to the back. But now it's a big hotel. It is the hotel that is linked to this. Now there's a hotel that's got no windows in that bit, and there's still a cinema there. But the bit that I was in was the offshoot, because I went there because that's what it said. It was called the Z Roll. I thought I'll go there, and it was like posh. I was like, whoa, this is nice. And I was like, I booked it wrong. I haven't, because they didn't take my payment because I was on the go and my Wi-Fi failed. So I was like, oh, I think I need to check in. And then this person checked it and was like, no, this is not it. You need the hostel version of the hotel that's got no windows, which is the boxes. And the place where it was, which wasn't the same. It's like there's the Trocadero Centre and there's the Trocadero Place. Now Trocadero Place apparently had it used to have Ripley's Believe It or Not about 20 years ago, which I never visited. Believe it or not, I never visited Ripley's Believe It or Not. And it had a Cinnabon, which I think they've all gone bust. No, never. I used to want to get a Cinnabon because they look nice, but I'm gluten-free and I never got a Cinnabon, and they were very expensive anyway, so I never got one, and now I never will. Oh, the tragedy, the tragedy, the tragedy. Oh, and the Rainforest Cafe was in the basement, in the on the first floor, the ground floor. That's not there anymore. But there's this capsule hotel, and the last thing, I think, before it closed down, there was a Body Worlds exhibition, which was a load of plasticized corpses. And I did visit that when it was in Brick Lane, but apparently they had a slightly more semi-permanent exhibition in this building where these boxes were. And I didn't find this out until I'd already slept one night there in a box and thought, oh, right, they're like little coffins stacked up, and like a mausoleum when they had roller blinds. It's like a storage cabinet stroke coffin stroke Interview with the Vampire, Théâtre de Vampire, where they lived. That sort of, you know, the little things that you put the bodies in, and coffin for a bed. And so that was there. But then I'm not sure where the Body Worlds was, whether that was lower down or whether it was through the building, because it's quite bare in the corridors. But I'm like, could have been. So there could have been any sort of like plasticized Body Worlds exhibition. Was very strange. I don't know if you've ever seen Carry On Screaming. But Carry On Screaming, there's a mad scientist in there that finds pretty women and puts them in a big plastic vat of plastic and turns them into mannequins. Flying tonight, he goes, and I think it's Kenneth Williams playing it, and that is a bit creepy, really. It's very creepy for a comedy film. And that's basically what the doctor that did Body Worlds did. Very much like Carry On Screaming. Flying tonight, exactly. So that, and it was a very creepy exhibition. It was you could recognise tattoos on people. Like there was Russian prisoners that had tattoos. I think there's been an awful lot of like people going, well, this person disappeared and I recognise them in this Body Worlds exhibition. There's a few people that disappeared and people have gone, that's my relative. It's very bad, a little bit disturbing. And if that exhibition was where I was staying at some point, I was not there when I was there, but the spirit of the thing was there. It's like to know that they might have been there. And they also had like a big horse, because they'd flayed the skin off and you could see the muscle and the bone and everything underneath with plastic all over it. It was just odd, not great. I do not recommend it unless you are very grim. I went with a friend who wanted to go to see it, and by the end she was very disturbed, and I sort of said, well, I was gonna tell you that was gonna happen. I'm sort of inured to it now because I already thought it was a little bit wrong. So by the time we got to this one bit where they had fetuses in jars and the horse, I don't know whether it's the horse or the babies, the little fetuses that was getting to her, but she was a bit sort of like, I don't like this anymore, and had to stop and have a sit down. And I was like, well, this is how I felt from the beginning, but I'm just like going through going, yeah, all right, well, I'll go with you to see this. Madeline, that was her name. She is related to the Dest family from where the vampires come from. She might have been a vampire. She wasn't a vampire, but she was a titled Eastern European royalty person from Australia. It's like Australia, but I think her mother let the title go. So hello, Madeline, if you're there. I think she writes books now. And her sister was my flatmate. And when her sister went back to Australia, she said, I want you to look after my big sister, Madeline. And I was like, I will. And then Madeline wanted to go to this terrifying exhibition. It's like, all right, so I'll go with you because your sister said to look after you. But it's scary. Yes, so that was horrible. Yes. Anyway, that's where I've been this week. And next week I'm going to Edinburgh. And there's going to be a Christmas market, I should think, even though it's only November. It's not Christmas yet. The war on Christmas. Everything is Christmas, even though everybody says there's a war on Christmas, even though there is not any war on Christmas, because everything is Christmas from here to Christmas, and then it won't be Christmas for another couple of months, and then it'll be Christmas again, because it's always Christmas somewhere in the world. That's not true, but it may as well be true, cause Christmas is a state of mind, Christmas is a peace of your mind, Christmas is from here to the end of time, and then it'll be Christmas time again, forever and ever and ever and ever, and Christmas time, Christmas time, Christmas time again. It's Christmas from now till then. Till then. Yes. Christmas forever. Christmas in heaven. All the people here. Christmas. See, I've done it wrong, that one. But Christmas in heaven, cause it's that Christmas in heaven is from Monty Python's The Meaning of Life. But my Christmas song is Christmas. My Christmas song is never, for Christmas is forever, and everything is Christmas forever and ever and ever and ever. Christmas is forever. Christmas. Anyway, Christmas forever. Yes, because Channel 5, which is a channel in this country, if you're in this country, you'll know this. Channel 5 rather, is showing a Christmas movie every day. And my mother looked in the listings today and started reading out the plot of this Christmas movie. And she was like, la 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 la. And then this person comes to this town and finds a widowed, and she's like, I've seen this Christmas movie before, whatever the plot was. I'm like, no, it's all of them. They've all got the same plot. A girl or a woman comes to a town. The girl or the woman seems to have a frown. She lived in the town, but now she's come to a smaller town, and she's gonna find love with someone or other, and she's gonna find herself and find the Christmas spirit in a tiny town, and all her ideas will be turned upside down in the tiny town, because all the Christmas movies are the same. And every single one of them's got the same refrain, 'cause every Christmas movie is the same. Every Christmas movie is the same. Every Christmas movie is the same. That's very true. They are. Christmas is forever, and every Christmas movie is the same. And if you've seen one Christmas movie, you have seen all of the Christmas movies. Basically, it's like, oh no, I'm a queer woman. I need to go and visit my parents, or my dead cat, or my sister whose orphan children need looking after. Even though my sister is a ghost now. That's why I'm visiting my sister's orphan children and my sister as well. And then I'm going to start a business in the town. And it will be something that I haven't done in because I'm some sort of businesswoman in the big town. But now I'm going to have a bell shop selling socks and candy canes in this little town. And I'm going to meet a man stroke, woman stroke, goat stroke, Santa Claus that will give me the meaning of life. And I'll find in this tiny town the thing that I've been missing with my big feminist lifestyle in the city. But now I've come to the tiny town, I'll have learned the error of my ways and find the Christmas spirits, which is apparently settling down in a tiny town. That's Christmas spirit. Apparently, according to these. So they're all the same, yes. Have you ever had chamomile tea? I have had chamomile tea. It's very relaxing. Ha ha! I might have ADHD, but I might not. I don't want to say for sure, but chamomile tea makes me... It has the same effect as coffee, really, chamomile tea. It doesn't really calm me down. I'm on a constant, everything is everything. Yeah, I have had chamomile tea. It's quite nice. It's a bit weird. Yes, I was wondering because I have been drinking it. Chamomile tea is lovely. Chamomile tea is a little bit grassy. You can have a lawn made of chamomile. There was actually a TV series called The Chamomile Lawn, but I don't think that was the same thing. Did they drink the lawn? Do you drink the lawn? Everything is gone if you drink the lawn. Don't drink the lawn. Stay off the grass. Anyway, yes, chamomile tea is nice. Chamomile grows wild. Oh, yeah. Give me a place where the wild chamomile grows. La 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 la. Everyone knows the wild chamomile grows. Yay. It does. Not here. I don't think I've ever seen it growing wild here, but it must do. It's like little white flowers, isn't it? A little bit like daisies. Like a little bit like daisies. And yes, it's nice. Quite expensive to buy. And you can probably grow it yourself. Yay. So yeah, I've got to pack for tomorrow because I could have it early because I've got to get a whole train. I didn't realise you could get a train that goes... I've got to get to the train though, so it takes me a couple of hours to get to the train. Once I'm on the train, oops, pardon me. Once I'm on the train, I stay in the train for all of the day, the whole entire day. It just keeps on going. It's a very long journey, taking up my whole day. So by the time I get to Edinburgh, it will be dark because it's dark quite early. So it's going to take me a long time. So I'm going to have to pack things to snacks and things to do and travel Scrabble that I have to play myself. Play myself at travel Scrabble. It's like, well, I win every time I win. It's a metronome. I will play Travel Scrabble, and I will win Travel Scrabble. Everybody knows that I'll win against myself. If I lose against myself, that's a bit of a worry. Yeah. Get off. I'll just turn that off. Yeah, that was an accident. I'm sorry. Yes, so it was, yeah. It's like if you play a game against yourself and still lose. Well, solitaire, you can easily lose solitaire, but you're not really playing against anyone else except Fate. That's who you're playing against, really. Anyway, what shall I do on the train? Don't know. I'm gonna have a flask of hot milky drink or something to keep me nice and warm, and I'll have a scarf and a hat because I didn't have a scarf this week because I left the house on Monday before I knew that it was going to be absolutely freezing cold, and then it was so cold that I really regretted not bringing a lot more clothes. So hopefully that won't happen. It's a lot colder in Scotland as well. So I will have to make sure I wrap up warm so I definitely don't get ill. That would be bad. So yes, the kind you mentioned, as a matter of fact, inhaling some of the... Oh, well, yes. Well, you go ahead and do that. Don't necessarily keep off it. Keep on it if you want to. It's legal in a lot of places. I don't think here. I'm pretty sure not here, but in a lot of places, so that's okay. Anyway, I will pack up my things, pack up my troubles in my old kit bag, and whoa, fold my keyboard up. Yay, and now it's half the size, and put it away, and get ready for Edinburgh. It's not called Edinburgh. Edinburgh! 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 Van Gogh! Anyway, I'll go there anyway. So see you soon. Have a lovely week. I'll see you next week. And yes, I don't really have time to make any videos or do any things because I get there at night and I go back again in morning and not. I mean, I've got meetings all day in between. It's like, oh, work. Anyway, so think that it's my turn. I have to go. I have to go because I have to get up early in the morning. So I'll see you soon. Bye bye.